Hi, I'm Nelson Corelli. I'm 23 and I'm from Sydney, Australia. And I work in a bar and I'm an actor. And so, to preface everything, I was tricked ultimately in coming. My mum walked in at the bar and sort of said we're having a holiday with the family to Bali for 10 days. And later I found out that it was a very intense, not so holiday. But it's actually been a phenomenal experience, to tell you the truth. It's shown me a lot. There's a lot of things that I could take away from this, mentally and physically, and I guess even spiritually. And I'm not exactly the most spiritual person in the world. Basically, every morning having juices, I have been starving, but my body is very thankful to me for it. I can feel now, having done the whole retreat at the end of it. I'd have to say though, the durian juice was definitely the hardest juice I've ever had to do in my life. But no, we had lectures, and I find it very hard to concentrate, and I'm not somebody that usually likes to sit down and listen to somebody talk for hours and hours, hence why I'm an actor, because you don't have to. But they were very informative and I was very happy now to know the things that I know and that I can take home and I can implement into my life. Because I work in a bar and I'm surrounded by people that are totally orientated, not around, I guess, health, the way that I've now found health to mean. The lectures were amazing on food and digestion and things like that. I know a lot more about my body, and having done this now, I know what's happened to me in the past and why it's happened to me, and what I can do in the future to, I guess, prevent that. And if it does happen again, which I'm sure it will at some point, I know the sort of remedies or things that I can do to change that. The transformational breathing for me was just insane. It was like, they speak to you about, having kind of convulsions and things like that physically make your body really tense up. And at first when I heard that, I was like, oh yeah, okay, well this is just another thing. I've done many of these things in acting school for 3 years, and yeah, it's going to be another one of those, listening to people go through, oh, I'm so emotional and blah blah blah, and just being like, yeah, cool. But it totally wasn't. I don't cry very often, and I guess I've always been told that I'm a little bit closed off emotionally, and at one point, I'm here ultimately for my mum as well. It's a journey I've come on for my mum and for my relationship with my mum, because we've had a lot of tough times. And basically during that experience of the transformational breathing, I had an image of, it was like euphoric, it was like being on a drug at one point, the breathing, and it was something that I'd never experienced, I guess, without a drug or without anything. And I was in a state for about 15 seconds of just basically wanting to give everyone in the group a hug. You're lying down, your eyes are closed, and so it's a very personal experience, so it doesn't affect anyone else and no one else really affects you. And I was lying down and basically just hit this point where and it hurt, it really hurt. But it was amazing, because obviously there was a lot of emotional content there that I needed to get out, and it did come out. And basically I hit a point where I just lost it. Like, I just imagine giving everyone a hug, and then it went through my family and expressing how happy I was with them, and then I just imagined giving my mum a hug, and I just lost it for a good, I'd say it was about half an hour. Even when I tried, I just couldn't stop crying, and for me that's definitely something that's I'm not gonna rave about it to people when I get home, because for me that it takes away a bit of the quality and the essence that I guess I kind of experienced. But I will tell people about it, and people like you, and try and get them to really give it a go, because it's scary and it is totally worth it at the other side. Like, it's been a brilliant experience, and I was very hungry. For me, the third day, and I had a lot of anger experience that I kept in, and I had it on my own. I mean, the only example I can really give, and it's simple, and I've had a few of them, but the example that I can give is I was having a shower, and I was washing myself with the soap, and I dropped it once, and I was like, oh, I picked it up, and I was washing it, and I dropped it again, and I kind of just got really frustrated. I picked it up and was like, nah, it's cool. And I dropped it the third time, and I just punched the wall really hard because I just snapped, and I was really frustrated. And I kind of just sat there and I was like, whoa, I'm really pissed off. And that was kind of my experience the whole time, was just trying to let these toxins and emotions come out while also trying to cleanse myself. And I feel like I'm much happier for it. And although I'm not going to go home and I'm not going to become some guru and become some, oh, you guys got to do this, and there are definitely like green smoothies. They're amazing for your body, and I can feel that they're amazing for your body. And so I'm totally going to take at least a few things away that I'm going to implement into my lifestyle at home that I've taken from this retreat. So, yeah, wicked.